Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into C++ constructors, a fundamental tool that's going to make your code cleaner, faster, and just a whole lot smarter. So here's the plan. We'll kick things off by looking at a super common headache in object creation. Then, we'll introduce the constructor as the perfect solution. We'll see how to power it up with parameters, solve a tricky naming issue with a special keyword, and finally explore how you can create really flexible classes using multiple constructors.
All right, let's start with a problem I bet you've all run into. Imagine you need to represent a student in your program. You probably make a simple student class, right? Something with a name, an age, and a GPA. It's a pretty straightforward blueprint. Now, to actually bring a student to life, you first have to create the object instance, and then you have to set each and every attribute one by one. I mean, sure, it works, but it feels kind of clunky, doesn't it? Just look at this. It takes 4 separate lines of code just to get one single object up and running.
And you know, it's funny, that feeling of, ugh, this is so tedious, it's universal. As one of our sources points out, trying to scale this manual process is just a nightmare. It's not just repetitive, it's a breeding ground for errors. It's so easy to forget to initialize one little thing and boom, you've got a bug hiding in your code. So, what's the fix for this tedious, error-prone process? Well, C++ gives us a really elegant solution. It's a special method called a constructor. Think of a constructor as an automated setup wizard for your objects. It's this special function that you write right inside your class, and it runs automatically the very moment you create a new object. Its whole job is to handle all that initialization stuff for you.
Now, a constructor has a few special rules you've got to remember. First, it absolutely must have the exact same name as the class that belongs to. No exceptions. Second, it has no return type, not even void. And finally, its entire reason for being is to initialize the object's attributes the second it's created.
A basic constructor is fine. You know, it gets the job done. But their real power, where they really shine, is when you start using parameters. This lets us pass in all the initial values for an object's attributes right at the moment of creation. And this illustrates the benefit perfectly. Just look at the difference. It's night and day. We go from those 4 lines of clunky, repetitive code to a single, clean, and totally intuitive line that does the exact same thing. It's way more readable, it's less code to write, and honestly, it's a lot harder to mess up.
Okay, let's move on to a really common scenario you're going to hit. For clarity, it's actually really good practice to give your constructor parameters the same names as your class attributes. But, as you can probably guess, this creates a bit of a naming conflict.
So how in the world does the compiler know which name you're talking about? Is it the name attribute that belongs to the object itself, or is it the name parameter that's just being passed into the function?
Well, this code is totally ambiguous. Inside the constructor, C++ is going to default to the closest scope, which in this case is the function parameter. So when you write name equals name, you're just assigning the parameter's value right back to itself. The object's actual name attribute is never even touched, which means it stays uninitialized.
The solution is the this keyword. This is a special pointer, and it always refers to the current object instance that you're working with. By writing this.name, you're being super explicit. You're telling the compiler, hey, I'm talking about the name attribute that belongs to this object. And just like that, all the ambiguity is gone, and the parameter gets assigned to the right place. But what if you need different ways to create an object? You know, maybe sometimes you have all the details you need, but other times you've only got a few, or maybe even none at all. This is a super common need in real-world programming.
This is where overloaded constructors come into play. You can actually define multiple constructors in the same class. The only rule is that their parameter lists, what we call the function signature, have to be different. This gives your class an incredible amount of flexibility.
Let's use a great analogy from our source material, building a pizza. Think about it. You might want to order a plain pizza, no toppings, or maybe a pizza with just one topping, like pepperoni. Or you could want a more complex one with 2 toppings. We need our pizza class to be able to handle all 3 of these cases. So to handle that plain pizza order, we create a constructor that takes no arguments at all. When you create pizza 1 without anything in the parentheses, C++ is smart enough to know it needs to call this specific constructor.
Now, for a pizza with 1 topping, we create a second overloaded constructor that accepts 1 string parameter. So when we create pizza 2 and pass in pepperoni, the compiler correctly matches it to this version of the constructor.
And finally, for 2 toppings, you guessed it, we create a third constructor that takes 2 string parameters. And now your pizza class is flexible enough to handle all 3 scenarios cleanly and efficiently. You've provided multiple, really clear ways to construct an object.
So, to recap, constructors are an amazing tool for streamlining how you create objects. They automate the setup, which keeps your code clean and way less buggy. The this keyword is your go-to for solving those pesky naming conflicts. And overloading, that gives you all the flexibility you need to build robust, easy-to-use classes for just about any situation.
And that leaves us with a final thought. Now that you understand how flexible constructors can be, what other objects in your own projects could be built in more than one way? Think about it. A user profile could be created with just an email, or with an email and a username, or maybe with a whole set of details. The possibilities are absolutely endless.